We're Group 35, and my name is Chris Jenkinson.
I'm Tyler Ashby.
I'm Chase Magleby.
I'm Caden Marquis.
And I'm Josh Westover.
And we created the idea of kineticase.
So our first idea was the copy and paste pen. So the pen here was just copying like things just off of paper, off of textbooks that you wanted to use in your papers or stuff like that, and just copying that, like typing it all down from the paper onto your computer. So our idea was we'd get a pen that you just like glide it over the words or whatever on the paper or the textbook, and it would automatically enter it right into your Word document on your computer. So this was our validation. We had about 45% of the people say that it was an actual pain for them and that they'd buy it, and 55% said no, and that wasn't good enough percentage for us. So, but like the people who did say it was a problem for them, it was a good solution, and they buy it, there just wasn't enough of those people.
Okay, so once we got our data, we knew we needed to pivot. The pain we were trying to solve wasn't really monetizable, since only 45% of the people thought it was a pain. We needed it to be more like 75 or 80. So that left us with two options. We could either switch our demographic, because the people who did think it was a problem thought our product was good. And we talked to a teacher, and he said, well, teachers would use this and so would secretaries. So we could go after them, or we could scratch this and start with something new and try to just tackle a different pain and go after a different product. And that's what we decided to do.
Our new idea after the pivot was we were focusing on the pain of cell phones running out of battery during the day when you are like without a charger or without power. So the solution to this pain is the kineticase, and it is a phone case that you just hook up to your phone, and it will charge your phone off of your movement.
Alright, so for the kineticase, we interviewed 96 total people. Most of those were face-to-face validations, and the remainder were through a survey. And as you can see, there wasn't a huge discrepancy between male or female, but there was a big discrepancy between age, so we found our demographic through that. So our final demographic ended up being 15 through 30-year-old male or females. And in this graph, you can see the majority of those who would buy our product were in the 18 through 30 years old. There were a few in the 15 through 17 and not as many in the 31 plus. And this is not our target audience.
Next, we wanted to see if our idea was actually a good idea. So we went out and validated, but basically we'd ask how old they were, if it was a pain that their phone would run out of battery, if our product, the kineticase, would solve their problem, if they would buy our product, how much they would pay for our product, and what is the max amount that they would pay, because we got two very different answers for that. And then what features that they would want most onto it. And basically these questions that we asked, it would kind of narrow down our search for what our product could do. It was straight to the point and not really repetitive, so that we really got the most out of our customers. Next, these were the questions that we tried to avoid. For example, we did not want to ask about their weight. Next, we didn't want
Gosh dang it, keep it together, man.
Sorry. Like, what are your political views? Are you religious, dog? And we did not ask about their gender. We simply just assumed. Yeah, we're not living up to the times.
So we had the questions down of what we wanted to ask, but it was important for us that when we actually went up to people, that we were prepared to have a little elevator pitch, because we didn't have too much time, and it's important for us for people to have a candid attitude so that we can learn as best as we can. So we go up to them and explain that we're BYU students and just looking for some information, and we would really focus on not trying to sell to them at those points, but to just be there to learn about what they thought about our product. So some of the things we learned during these interviews
is that 79% of the people did have this problem, this pain of losing charge in their phones. And that 97% of people did believe that our solution would solve that pain, solve that problem. And that 84% of those people would buy our product. So that was a positive for us.
Okay, so when we were asking people about how much they would think our product would cost, we found that the majority of people would think about $30 to $45. Moving forward, when we asked what the max amount they would actually pay to buy this product, 45 to 60 raised a lot from where it was. It used to be down about here. So we assume a good price point for our product would be right around $45 to $50. So for the minimum feature set, we noticed that our phone has to deliver 20% more of extra charge or people just aren't going to buy it. But we also, comparable to other products on the market, so there's like chargeable phones that have a battery pack. It's annoying because of how heavy it is, so lots of people want it to be slim and durable. Where we would do our marketing is through social media ads, because if you have a phone, you're probably on social media. But we would not do Instagram ads, because Instagram ads are about as trustworthy as buying a kettle corn set for $10,000.
So overall, throughout the whole process, we really wanted to try to keep to our nail it and scale it, base principles. And so, we failed fast and we failed cheap. We spent $0 on either of the ideas. We used virtual prototypes just with Photoshop. We pivoted when we needed to. Our first idea wasn't monetizable, and so we had to pivot. And we really focused on validation. We want to really understand our market, understand our product and that pain, and how we're going to bring that to market.